Hello and welcome to Inner Whispers. You can find me on the net at innerwhispers.co.uk and my blog at innerwhisperscouk.blogspot.com. Today I've decided to do something a little bit different from the last two vlog readings. I'm going to do a 3-card reading using the Pathway spread again. And this time the deck I'll be using is the Tarot of the Silicon Dawn. However, this reading is just intended for myself. As those of you who read my blog will know, my son hasn't been sleeping very well recently. Not that that's anything that new, but it's still something that I need to deal with on a day-to-day basis. So I decided to ask the cards what I can do to help myself deal with this issue. So, as you can hear, I've been shuffling here in the background, and now I'm going to draw 3 cards using the Pathway spread created by Mark Ryan and John Matthews for the companion book to the Wildwood Tarot. So, the first card is the situation. This is one of the blank cards. Obviously it's not entirely blank. You can see a white spiral in the center of the card. That's actually the same as the backs of the other cards. In this deck, I guess because there are the cards which are called the 99s of each suit, the extreme, way beyond the 10 of completion, the far beyond what you could possibly imagine, the ridiculous card. So the deck creators wanted there to be 99 cards in the actual deck. And there are quite a number of extra majors, and there's an extra suit of void, and there are the extra 99 cards at the end of each of the 4 suits. That still didn't quite get them up to the 99 though. And so there are a couple of title cards, and then there are also these kind of blank cards. There's this one which is black with a spiral on both sides are identical, and then there's another one which has the black back and then a white on the front. So the deck creator said, take in or leave out as many of the cards as you wish. And I have always thought that I would like to leave in most of the cards, not the title cards per se, but one black and one white card actually kind of appealed to me. And so today, in this position of situation, what I get is this black card with a kind of spiral, Milky Way type thing going on in the center. What this card says to me in terms of the situation is that I feel in quite a dark place, but it also suggests that there is light at the end of the tunnel, that there is growth that can come out of this situation. It's certainly a potential learning situation, and perhaps that everything isn't as dark as I think it is, that there is hope, possibility, growth available here. Certainly though, in terms of just thinking of it as the situation, it does feel like this lack of sleep sucks my energy, sucks the life out of me. And I kind of see that here too, the whirling, draining down into the center, the blackness taking over as all the light is sucked out of it. So there's both a positive and a negative take on that as a situation. That it can have room for growth, out of the void springs everything else, and also this sense of having the energy drained from me, sucked from me by this situation. So I'm going to draw a second card for action to take, and that card is the 5 of Cups. I don't know if you can see, there's a little knight riding on a dragon up into the distance, and a female figure falling down into a kind of milky sea. It looks like it's happening on a different planet, perhaps. in terms of action to take, I think mainly I see this saying that I just have to let go. That there's not very much that I can necessarily do. I have to release hopes and desires and wishes, wishing things were different, wishing that the past could be undone, because that isn't going to happen. So I need to be able to let go, to just let myself fall into that milky sea and accept whatever comes there, accept, even if I feel like it'll drown me, I need to accept that I will be able to swim and that I will find a point to it eventually. So what about action not to take? And the card there. Okay, so this card is titled Zero, and it's part of the suit of void. There's a lot of darkness, blackness in this reading, should we say? So the action not to take, I guess, this card speaks to me of, it's a butterfly in flight. And as an action not to take, it feels like it's saying, don't expect miracles. Don't expect big sudden changes. Or even changes from altering small things to create that kind of butterfly effect. You know, you alter things by 1 or 2 degrees. I'm thinking about, for example, my son's medications. That a little bit up or down probably isn't going to make all that much difference. To be honest, he's had difficulty sleeping since he was born, and so 3 3/4 years on, I guess I shouldn't hold out hope that that is going to suddenly change. So the action not to take is to not keep on hoping and dreaming, because in doing that I cut myself. I stop myself perhaps being able to accept and move on, as the Five of Cups suggests that I do. I've written a couple of times about hope on my blog, and the double-edged sword that it is, that on the one hand hope can keep us going, and yet on the other hand hope can cut us to shreds when it is unrealistic. And I guess that's what I'm seeing here in this reading today as well. So what I take from this reading then is the sense that, yes, in this situation I do feel that my energy is very drained, but ultimately I need to accept that this is the way that things are, and that even though I might keep trying to make changes, fundamentally this is probably something that I need to learn to live with and to accept, even if that is quite a hard lesson. What I take as a positive from this reading is that if I do accept that this isn't going to change, then instead of trying to change it, what I can do is build structures around myself to try and help with it. Because what I see in the first card of the situation, it's very unstructured. There's just this spiraling down in the center or spiraling out, but one way or the other it's very unstructured. And so if I can draw any hope from this reading, it is that if I create structures to help and assist me, I mean things like big boy going to nursery, that is definitely a structure that helps in this situation. So I need to put my focus more on creating those helpful structures rather than on hoping for any big change in the way that things are. So that's my reading for today. I hope you'll come back again to see more readings in the future. And in the meantime, please listen to your own inner whispers.